Valvular degeneration in horses. When valvular degeneration occurs in horses, it mostly affects the aortic, mitral, and tricuspid valves. The most commonly affected valve is the mitral valve. When valve degeneration is affected, in these three areas, it means that the heart valve tissue is slowly thickening. This is more commonly seen in older horses. When horses age, sometimes the blood in their heart starts to leak backwards, which causes a heart murmur. This is a cardiac disease that can also affect other valves in the horse. So this is the diagram. This is the aorta. And right here, these two little openings, right here and right here, when the tissue starts to thicken and the blood starts to leak out, these two things start to close. So the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, and the aorta. So the aorta right here is one of the things that the valvular degeneration affects. And if I'm correct, this right here is the mitral, this border around the heart. When this condition occurs, it is chronic because it is there for the rest of the horse's life. After doing some further reading, it can also be acute because the heart murmur can go away if it's a low heart murmur. Most horses get the heart murmur condition when they are 20 or older, but very rarely a horse that is younger than 10 can get this disease. Once the horse contracts this disease, they have it for life. It is very slow growing, but it does grow. Vasoconstriction can also be a term used for this because it is the narrowing of the heart valves, which means they are thickening. This is important to talk about because if it goes untreated, it can lead to congestive heart failure with a grave prognosis for life. Even though this is very serious, most horses with a heart murmur are not affected. People are always more worried about the race and performance horses, but after a lot of research, doctors have found no evidence that it affects the horse's performance. Symptoms of this are if the horse is appearing dull or lifeless, coughing, or heaving. If you notice this, the vet will have a premise to test if the horse has a heart murmur. Horses do not really compensate for this condition, they just live with it. If the heart murmur gets worse over time, the vet might recommend less work, especially for high-performance horses. They even have to retire. Some of them do anyway. This condition can cause a myocardial, which is a heart attack. And without proper blood flow through the heart, hypoxia can occur, which is low oxygen levels in the body. Some with very bad heart murmurs are dangerous to ride. Some murmurs can go away, but only the very low ones. Just to be clear, the degenerative valve condition in horses are heart murmurs, and they are caused by choppy or rapid blood flow to the heart. It also occurs when the heart leaks blood into the valves, such as the mitral valve. The test that the vet runs to see if the horse has a heart murmur is an echodiagram. This test uses sound waves to create pictures of the beating heart. It shows the blood passing through the heart and if it's passing normally. And then these are the websites that I used for this. So overall, degenerative valve, the degenerative valve disorder is basically just a heart murmur in the horse, and it can be very non-concerning or it can be detrimental to the horse's health. So that is definitely something to keep in mind and look for if you own a horse or if you're around horses.